Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Ghosts and Spirits news video. I thought I would use this news video to provide a great update with regards to some exciting news. Finally, this was something that I was talking about, it seems like over the past couple years on some past videos, and it's with regards to Zak Bagans' haunted museum. It was supposed to be something that was hopefully open last year, but it looks like there were delays associated with it. But the big news is that it is now finally open. Isn't that exciting? It is actually open to the public. It is open for tours. It is open every day. And so I'm going to dedicate this video to providing info about the museum itself. Now that it's finally open, news about its ins and outs, the costs, the time periods, where it's located, people's own experiences within them, all that stuff is slowly trickling out. So I thought I would give this as a nice precursor to everyone here, because in my case I am definitely gonna go visit it next year whenever I go back to Vegas, and like everyone else I was excited for this tour. I had a lot of questions, so now finally it seems like these questions are being answered now that the tour is open itself. But yes, let's go ahead, let's talk about all the great info associated with this new tour, this haunted museum tour. So for starters, just a very brief history again on the museum itself. It was a home that was chronicled on Ghost Adventures too. It's a home that's actually located a block from the Las Vegas Strip, specifically the downtown Vegas Strip. If you wanted the exact address, apparently it's 600 East Charlton Boulevard. That is the exact address there. And if you're not familiar with downtown Vegas, it's called downtown, but it's really more along the northern side of Las Vegas. So if you head out there, it claims that it's basically just a couple of blocks away from the infamous downtown location, the one filled with all those bright light ceilings. So very convenient if you're in that area. I've never visited the downtown Vegas area myself, but this will be a good excuse the next go around to finally do so, so that way I can in turn visit this location. But yes, the home was built in 1938, used to be owned by a businessman, and then I believe it was some other owners as well. I'll probably do a video more dedicated to that thing, at least it's past the part of its history. The exciting part though has to do with the haunted museum itself. Yes indeed, it seems like this was Zak Bagans' own dream, something where he could use his collection, stuff that he's accrued throughout his life, and give back, I guess, in a way to the public, to showcase all these artifacts straight from the website. In fact, this is what he says, what the website says: venture through creepy hallways and secret passages, exploring paranormal exhibits, cursed artifacts, oddities, even possessions once owned by notorious serial killers. So he definitely went all out with regards to this museum. He got a huge assortment of stuff that pretty much covers a lot of the paranormal world and a lot of the real world stuff as well when it comes to the serial killers. For example, if you go into that museum today, yes indeed, you will see this, the Dybbuk box, the infamous Dybbuk box, the one that essentially inspired that movie, the good one actually, The Possession, the one that came out a few years back. Remember that video I was talking about, that one, that the Dybbuk box apparently remained buried somewhere, protected, in order to ensure that whatever was in it could no longer have any other passage elsewhere. Well, it looks like it's been unearthed, and it's definitely been placed now within the haunted museum. So this is one of the main attractions associated there too. Another big attraction at the museum, if you go there to this day, is something involving Dr. Zak Bagans. He was someone that was infamous a couple of decades back as Dr. Death. He was someone that assisted ill patients, terminally ill patients, with their own suicide. And so his vehicle, his Volkswagen, which you're looking at here, his so-called death van, is the one that is exhibited there too. And then also, this is something that makes me very, very interested in the so-called demon house. Another thing that I featured in one of my more popular videos. That was one that Zak Bagans apparently bought and then also demolished thereafter, and supposed to have some kind of documentary coming out soon related to his experiences there. In any case, before it was demolished, he took one of those, I guess, staircases, something that was so haunted, something that was so tied to the paranormal activity there, and it's now located within the museum. It has a prominent stance there, and so you can go visit the museum and see this staircase and purportedly encounter some paranormal activity too. That's the whole point of this museum. There's about 30 different rooms to go into. When I was reading all this information, and again, this is all based on people that have now taken the tour and given their own reviews, you basically go there to the museum. By the way, their hours are 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. essentially every day, if I'm not mistaken, except Sunday. So Monday through Saturday, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., you can go there. You'll essentially be placed into a group, and then this group apparently can be about 10 to 15 people. And throughout scheduled shifts during that time period between 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., then your group will start, and then you'll go room by room, guided by a tour guide. And so this tour guide will then lead you to one room, give a brief explanation, lead you to another room, give you a brief explanation, and then just go from there. 30 rooms altogether. So I would imagine something like this tour possibly lasting at most maybe about an hour or so, if because it would be just from a logistics standpoint, from a business standpoint, the most sense to make sure that they can maximize the number of attendees while still keeping things not too long but not too short at the same time. So I don't know exactly how long it is, but that's me surmising. But yes, that's the experience when you go there. You'll be able to then be placed into a tour group, and then you join the tour going room by room. But yes, you're supposed to encounter paranormal stuff. People have already reported feeling a sense of unease within some of the rooms, especially the Dybbuk box. That was reading one review on Yelp that it was stating that she wouldn't go near certain rooms. There was other people with the staircase that reported there too. I don't know though, because I've seen pictures of Robert the Doll at the place, but I don't know if that was when it was essentially being for the Ghost Adventures episode, or if he's there permanently, like if he's a permanent fixture and you can see him to this day. So if someone could fill me in on that, that'd be really good. But yes, there's also rooms filled with haunted dolls, infamous haunted dolls. Some of the stuff I've even talked about in some of my other past videos too, that are there, that people state they look at them and it's true, like the feeling is that they're looking at you back. And then also haunted mirrors too. One person I was reading stating that they felt a great unease looking at the mirror afterward, as if they were not supposed to look at it and they did, and now they're feeling some after effects from it. But the thing about the tour that kind of I did not like reading, and it kind of got my fears up, had to do with the idea of a guided tour. I thought it was going to be more along the lines that this haunted museum would be one where it's just like any other museum. You can walk in and take your time. So you can walk between one room, stay as long as you want, and then walk into another room. It's open range, in other words. I don't like necessarily the idea of a guided tour, just for the reason that you're going to be rushed, because again of the logistics involved with a business standpoint here, and then you're also going to have a group of people all under one place, all at the same time, always throughout all the rooms. So I like more of a free range type of room in terms of visiting museums, because there then I can wait. Like if a room is busy, that's fine, I'll just go to another room, one room that is not busy, and then wait for the room that I originally wanted to go to not get busy, and then go back to it. But no, it looks like in this case it's kind of confirmed my fears that it's more of a guided tour. Also, the other thing I did not like on this part when I was reading the info has to do with the pricing. I was scared. I didn't realize realize it was going to be this much. So apparently it's $34 to get in. You would think, oh, that's not so bad. The problem though is there's some taxes and fees that get added on. You're looking now at a $45 price just to get in to the museum. $45. Ouch. So I mean, it's not big in the grand scheme of things, but at the same time I was thinking it was gonna be something like $20 or less. So be prepared, especially if you're going with your family. Let's say a group of 4. All of a sudden you're getting near the $200 price range for this museum. And then another fear that was confirmed, and I was thinking, oh, please don't let this happen, and sure enough it did. You cannot take pictures, video, or audio within the tour itself. So it's just like all the other staples of pricing things in the world of Las Vegas. I was thinking, fingers crossed, that it would not happen here, but it did. So you cannot take any pictures. That's why I was trying to scour the web to see if anyone had taken any pictures from inside the tour, but when I saw that there were none, then I was thinking, oh my goodness, it was stopped. So yes, indeed, you cannot take any pictures. So be prepared to just take memories, and that's it. That's about as close as you can get. So I don't like that rule. I wish we could take pictures on something like this. Like when I went to the Luxor, I went to the Titanic museum, and then I also went to the Bodies Museum. Both of those, you cannot take any pictures inside of them, and I was like, this is dumb. Like, I want to create memories that I can look at afterward, but here in this case they're following the same thing, so be prepared for that too. Other stuff that stands out about the museum, though, on a more positive note, it seems like Zak is actually there on a consistent basis. This is his baby. It's a brilliant business idea, by the way, because here he's creating an evergreen, is the business term, an evergreen standpoint of revenue. Like here he has something where open 6 days a week, it's earning some good money, it's creating some good buzz. The community seems to definitely be liking it, and it's him essentially as the owner. So it's his baby, so he seems to be there now on a consistent basis. People are stating that when they go there, they're surprised to see him there, and they see him saying hello to the groups every now and then, taking pictures with them. It seems like he's there to make sure that everything is going well with this haunted museum. So that was something that stood out very positive, because it shows how much he cares about this museum, because it's a baby, it's his own baby, and he wants to make sure that it absolutely goes well. So very, very good stuff on that part too. But that's pretty much it. That's all the info associated with the new Zak Bagans Haunted Museum, now open. Very excited for this. Good news, bad news, some of the stuff that I was reading earlier, the positive and then the negative. Still though, overall I'm very excited to be able to have a chance to go see it later on, and then once I do, I'm going to give an updated video afterward, a review from my own experience of this too. No word yet, by the way, if they're going to have anything as far as private, let's say, investigations. Honestly, I don't think they will on stuff like this, only because it will probably be too pricey. I mean, again, if tickets just for an individual is $45 and it's probably like an hour or so, imagine like an overnight tour, what something like that would be. I mean, we're talking, it would just be out of the range of making it make sense. So I don't think that there's something like that going to happen, but who knows, maybe there will, and if there is, and fingers crossed I can be at the same time in Las Vegas for it, that would be a fantastic way to spend an evening there. But yes, very excited. I'll be able to go see it later on next year, early next year, and I'll definitely give everyone an updated review of that too. So alright everybody, thanks again as always, take care.